We're rolling.
All right. So I came up after watching numerous videos today and stuff like that with a list of, I guess, interview questions for my wife here to answer. I don't know if they know you by your name or not.
Yeah, they know me by my name, Irish Jane.
Okay. Anyways, so I have not let her see these questions. I have not asked her these questions. I just told her that I had questions for her channel so that you guys can get a perspective from her point of view on her thoughts on certain things. So, because there's a lot of issues here in the United States when it comes to differences between men and women and things like that. So, what? Are you ready?
I think I am.
All right. So the first question is, I want you to explain the differences between courting, dating, relationships, engagement, and marriage. How do you distinguish the steps?
Okay, so the first step is courting. So for us Filipinos, courting is something like a guy is trying to win you. So for example, one guy asked me, can I court you? Right there and then I can say no if I don't feel like I'm gonna like him, or yes if you think that there's a potential for you two to become like a boyfriend girlfriend. So courting, you are not in a relationship yet.
Okay, so what are the rules of courting? Are you exclusive?
Well, sometimes yes. There are other girls who have a lot of suitors. It depends upon the face value,
All right.
but most of the time it's exclusive. Like when once you tell somebody that he can court you, then it gives them the signal that, oh, you guys have a chance.
Okay. Do guys tend to court numerous women at the same time, or?
Supposedly no.
But in reality?
In reality, let me think.
I know there's always exceptions, but what's the general rule?
General rule is you stick with one. If that lady says, no, I don't, or like I reject you, then you can go ahead and court someone else.
Okay. So then what is dating?
Dating is once you accept, you say yes to your suitor.
So courting and dating is effectively the same thing.
No, dating is you are exclusive already.
Oh.
So dating, for example, you say, or like your suitor brings you flowers. That time he is not your boyfriend yet. Once you say, okay, I accept your love or your effort, so I am now your girlfriend, so we are dating. Or hold on, now I'm confused. Wait, dating is, we go on a date because it means different in Tagalog.
I know, that's why I want your impression.
Wait, now, yeah.
So okay. If there's no distinguishment in your head between courting and dating, that's all you have to say.
Hold on. Date is when you go out. That's date.
But, okay.
It can be, but if you are not boyfriend, girlfriend yet, we don't normally say date. Because when we say date, that means you are exclusive, you're boyfriend, girlfriend already.
Okay.
That's how.
So you don't distinguish between a date and dating.
Dating.
So you kind of the word dating here for the Western is similar to your courting.
That's yes, because I just found that out when we say, like, when did you start your relationship? When the relationship started,
So give me an example of how a guy would court a girl.
Uh, if you are students, you wait for the girl at the gate of the university or school gate or high school gate, and you walk to the bus terminal together. That
Okay.
is courting. You wait, or you.
Does she have to be aware of this?
She has to give. Normally, she has to give you her permission for you to court her.
Okay.
Some,
So does she have to give you permission to walk her to the bus, or is that part of trying to
when she says
get permission to court?
you ask most of the, or this is what I how when I was growing up, guys will ask, can I court you? If the girl says yes.
Is that part of like, hi, nice to meet you, can I court you?
No, that's nice to meet you. Isn't it? Sounds like you just met.
I'm trying to figure out how.
So like, can I court you? Is like, for example, you've known each other, like maybe your classmates or your friend introduced you to her. Then you said, oh, I think she's cute or she's beautiful, and you start texting, getting to know her, and then actually, I have something to tell you. Can I court? Is it okay if I court you? Like
Okay.
that. You don't like, you're cute. Like
So
that.
what is the purpose of courting?
Getting to know each other before or court. The purpose of courting. This might be different from my dad's or my mom's perspective. Okay.
I want your perspective.
This one, or for me, courting is getting to know each other
In what way?
in a way like how
Because Western ideas, getting to know someone might mean something completely different.
no, like for example, can you like, I want to see your efforts. Let's say you waiting for me until I finish my class at school, and then walking me to the bus station, or even like to my house, like sending, how do you say that,
Sending you home.
sending me home, or for example, like, say flowers. That's part of courting as well.
Okay. So the difference that you're talking about between like you and your parents might be that they actually have to court your parents too?
Yeah, and also like, because back then when they
Way back in the day.
yeah.
So I want you to pay attention to this,
yeah, it's
mom,
like
dad.
long time ago, courting was different. It was kind of like you have to go to the girl's house and meet the parents, and they will the mother, you will need to fetch water
Mm-hmm.
and chop wood
Mm-hmm.
and things like that.
And
So,
that's
like,
gone now.
I don't know if other people still do. They might do that in the province.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say, like my parents' perspective is kind of like that, like how they, because if you do that, you're trying to see if this guy can do this job for my kid once they get married.
Okay.
So,
So then we have discussed that courting and dating are effectively the same thing in your mind.
yes.
Then what is the difference between courting and being in a relationship?
So being in a relationship, now you can say you are gonna go on a date. That's okay to say if you're in a relationship and you do not
So there's no dates in courting.
there is, but you won't say we're gonna go on a date.
Okay.
It's,
Okay, continue with the
yeah.
relationship.
So if you're in a relationship, what's the difference between courting and relationship? So courting, not official. She can still say, I need to reject your reject your feelings, or like I don't think there's a potential for the both of us to become boyfriend girlfriend, But relationship, you are boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's not accept like, of course, it's always the general rule. Once you're in a relationship, don't cheat.
Okay.
But yeah,
And then is there,
that makes sense.
what's the difference with being engaged?
It's the preparation or commitment to getting married. So once you're engaged, it means that you both are planning to get married.
Okay.
So some people say short engagement but long marriage. Some people like, okay, we're engaged for 10 years and then not plan to get married.
That tends to happen here too. And then what's the difference between all these things and marriage?
Marriage is when you tie the knot. So that means you are husband and wife.
Okay, well, define that a little bit farther because that is an exact definition. But what does it mean to you? What is the difference between engaged and married? If someone's engaged for the rest of their life versus someone married for the rest of their life.
Then you are official. If you're married, you're official. And of course, if you're engaged, you're not supposed to do other things.
You're not supposed to do that in a relationship or other things either, you said.
Right. But okay, let's make it more simple. Engagement is as if you are in a relationship, but next level. That's a next level to where you are already planning on having your own family and getting married. So once you get married, then you are official and you're supposed to stick with your husband or your wife if you're married. Engagement can be broken, right? But I feel bad whenever someone gets engaged and then suddenly they will have to break the engagement. I feel like kind of sayang, like it's such a waste. But I think it's better to break the engagement than to break the marriage.
And then the biggest reasoning for that, for your perspective, is the cultural difference between the East and West on marriage. So what's the biggest difference between the East and West on marriage?
Well, we don't have divorce.
Exactly. Because
it's like what God put together cannot be
cannot be taken apart.
Taken apart by human, and marriage is put together by God.
Okay. Wouldn't that be the same over on our side of the world?
It is the same.
I'm asking for the legal difference.
Oh, what is illegal? No, I cannot think of it.
I'll answer the question for you. Divorce is illegal in the Philippines. You cannot be divorced in the Philippines.
That's what
You did not specify that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll clear it up for you.
No divorce. So when I met him, and of course we decided to get married, lots of people said, you should get married in the Philippines because you cannot get divorced if you're married get married in the Philippines.
Which is not true, by the way. Just to let you guys know that just because you're married in the Philippines doesn't mean that the United States wouldn't allow a divorce. I'm not saying that to scare you or anything. It's just that's not how international law works. If you're married in the Philippines, I don't know what the law is in the Philippines, but the Philippines may still consider you to be married. Mm-hmm. But in the United States, if we were to file for divorce by United States law, we would be no longer married. I'm just getting that clarification out there. What did you look for in a man back when you were single?
Somebody who is committed, not gonna hurt me emotionally, physically, not gonna slap me or anything like that, and will love me, and not gonna cheat. That's number one.
But why are these large concerns for you?
Because I experienced it firsthand. Previous relationships all went south.
She also, we'll get there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm happy now.
With this one, what were your absolute deal breakers with a man? Red flags, deal breakers.
That is okay.
What were your like? No way we're ever gonna be together.
Okay. See, the red flag is very crucial. Once you are in a relationship and like you just found out about the red flags, it's very difficult to like admit it to yourself that it's a red flag because you're already invested. But if you're not in a relationship yet, like in a courting stage, and you see red flags, it's very easy to say like no. So one is if the person is very controlling or like is acting like your dad or more strict than your dad is a red flag. Like, can I give an example?
Yes.
For example, so my dad allows me to wear shorts, but not short. That's just shorts, like decent clothes.
They can't see your legs.
Like
She's too short.
Shorts, but not shorts. That's my dad, and I met someone. I feel like he was leaning towards courting me, and then started like calling a few times a day, and then saying that I cannot wear those clothes. So, no.
Any other deal breakers? I know you told me a few whenever we got together, and I do one of your deal breakers.
What, during courting or like in a relationship?
Whenever, yeah, we first started talking. You said no smoking.
Oh, that's my personal. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Your
for me.
red flags. All of this is based
Okay.
on your perspective.
No vices is for me.
Everyone has vices. What vices were most
Like
important
like smoking and drinking, but of course, drugs is not a good thing either. So, but
to you? Or gambling?
or gambling, anything that you can be addicted to and is not good for you. Health related or financial related.
The only one I do is I smoke, and I smoke less than half a pack a day. And on a side note, we live in Texas, and gambling is illegal in Texas.
So, and he does not drink.
No, I don't.
So.
Okay. So, what is it a man does that would catch your eye?
When I was younger, probably I would say someone who plays any musical instrument will
How
catch
young
my
is
eye.
younger?
Late teen to early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
That's when like, but I want, a guy who's smart and creative is like will catch my
How does a
attention.
smart person catch your attention?
If I like talk to this person and I learn a lot from this person, that is smart. That's something I don't know.
I'll let it
So-
slide, but okay.
What? Why?
Because I don't know how
Smart.
talking to someone you're using your eyes, but that's okay. Or ear or whatever.
No.
From across the room. Like, how do you notice them?
From across the room.
Or across the street or whatever. From a
without
distance.
without
What
talking.
draws your eyes to them?
Looks also. Of course, you cannot deny it, naman. For everyone, like if someone's good looking, oppa, like, it will draw your attention. But sometimes they can be just all looks and no manners. So that's the deal breaker. It's when you balance it.
Okay. So, what do you expect a man to bring to the relationship? What do you expect a man to offer you in a relationship?
Like, can I say, take care of me, like that?
In what way?
A relationship meaning boyfriend girlfriend, right? Or married relationship.
However you want to interpret it.
Okay. I want the guy to take care of me in a way that remembers me, or like check on me, and not, I cannot say communicate. That's not me. But I can talk to, like, because once you are boyfriend girlfriend, you never stop talking, like texting. But that's a misconception that not because you talk doesn't mean you communicate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So like you text a lot, you call a
It's
lot.
superficial.
Yes, this is the best way to describe it. Is that guy gives time, or like spends time with me,
Okay.
and then I see effort, like effort to keep the relationship going. Not like, oh, I'm just the only one giving effort, and then this person is like, oh, whenever you have time, it's okay, like that. So I want the guy. That's what I want him to bring in the relationship. Time and cares for me, like that.
Time and empathy.
Empathy for effort. Is that?
That's caring for you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's for, I know how that's for only boyfriend and girlfriend. But if you're married, of course, it's like you level up in the marriage.
Okay, then answer it as though for marriage.
For marriage.
What do you expect
So I
a
want.
man to bring to a marriage?
So I still want time and effort. Effort will be subdivided. So effort like making me feel special, and then effort for maintaining the household. So like he he puts away the clean dishes after once the dishwasher is done, he puts away the dishes, and he packs my lunch for work. So things like that.
I do more than that, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
He does. Yeah, he does. He does the planning, the budgeting.
I do maintenance too, but that's okay.
Maintenance, I help.
You're my cheerleader when I'm preparing.
Oh yeah, I think that was just yesterday or the other day. He said that he wants to do some maintenance work around the house, and he wants my moral support, which is like, I think that's pretty nice. Like, yeah.
Okay, what makes a man marriage material?
If the guy verbalized his intention to marry you is marriage material.
That's a very low standard.
Wait. It's not just that one. But because there are guys who will never say that. Even if you're boyfriend, girlfriend, I want to marry you. The reason why I said that is because when I first met him, asked about interest in a serious relationship. So this relationship is not something like short time, and stable.
In what way?
Has a job, stable job. But you are financially stable, so he's like exception to that. But like hold on.
Okay.
Because when I was young, that's because we didn't think about. I didn't know that a 36 years old can be retired and financially stable. I didn't think that way, so that's why in my head, stable job. So, does it make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But what would you consider a stable job?
Not contractual.
Before me.
Not contractual job.
Okay, so it just means a permanent job.
Permanent job.
Whether it be at like 7-Eleven or anything, construction worker.
Yeah, actually, my dad said, doesn't matter if the guy you marry is works in a junkyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as that guy does not hit you or hurt you, it's good.
Can you
I
follow
feel
that?
I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Why do you feel like you're gonna cry?
Because it's very meaningful. Like you don't look at the um financial status of somebody like that. That's not how you filter the person that you want to marry. It's like prioritize if that person is not gonna hurt you, something like that.
Well, I'm going to tell you what right there.
Mm.
Pretty much any guy that's watching this video's jaw just dropped.
What? Why?
Because anyone that is familiar with a Western woman, they're interested in money. If you have two incomes,
two incomes.
if you have two incomes, let's say you're working and let's say you're earning, say, $60,000 a year, and I'm working and I'm earning, let's say, $100,000 a year. A woman here typically expects me to pay all the bills and all of the household expenses, and her income is primarily for whatever she feels like spending it on, like her own personal allowance.
In marriage?
Even in marriage.
Well, in the Philippines we share. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we. But I want to make it clear that not like when you say you can marry a person who works in a junkyard as long as he doesn't hit you, that's gonna be fine. Of course, you will have that person also needs to have dream and like put some effort to be able to provide once you have your own family like that.
Thinking about the future.
Yes, it's not like she accepted me for.
Let me clarify the level of what she is implying here, because I think that these next couple questions are going to answer this situation for a lot of Westerners. Does the person need to have a car?
No.
Do they need to have their own house?
Actually, no. It's like sometimes, or like, like you plan it together. It's how it is. It's not common. It's not very common for
What if he lives with his parents?
If he lives with his parents, if the girl gets along with the in-laws and you like.
Talking about you.
Yeah, you can live with your parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their jaws just hit the floor again. That's what I'm wanting them to understand is whenever you're saying stable, it just means that he has a job that he's going to be able to stay at for a long time.
Yeah, as long as.
Whereas contract jobs might be just for 3 months and then he might be out of work for 9 months. That is the difference here that wasn't really being translated very well. Anyways, I'll move on to the next question.